What up, y'all? It's your homeboy Justin. We're back in my bathroom one more again. Today, I'm bringing you some facts about dreadlocks. No, not those facts. FAQ. These kind of facts. I'm bringing y'all some frequently asked questions about dreadlocks. And all these questions come from the comment section. I've answered these questions already to the individual people commenting or asking me whatever they needed to know. But I figured that all of this information was general enough and broad enough that I wanted to share this with you guys out there as well. So without further ado, let's just get into our first episode of some dreadlock facts. So first question, Mark Smith wrote, after rinsing your hot oil treatment out of your locks, should you blow dry your locks? And if so, hot air or cool air? So this is not necessarily specific to whenever you do a hot oil treatment, but just washing your locks in general, whether it be shampoo, co-wash, hot oil treatment, apple cider, vinegar rinse. Whenever you wash your hair and you blow dry it, always go for the cool setting, okay? What I do whenever I dry my hair is that I will wring as much water out as possible. I'll always do cold water at the very last second after I'm done washing, just to kind of close the cuticles on my locks. That helps your hair look shinier. After I've rinsed out all the water, I'll use a old t-shirt to like pat dry as much water as possible, and I'll usually just air dry it. So I usually wash my hair in the morning so I can just let it air dry throughout the day. If I need to blow dry, or if I've washed my hair midday or in the night, then I will use a cool setting. Always go for cool. Always. Question number 2. Donna Ledbetter. Interesting last name. Donna Ledbetter asked, it lasts 2 years? Oh, and she was referring to the ugly dreadlock phase video that I posted. I like this question because it's all about your perspective. Would I say the ugly dreadlock stage lasts for 2 years? Yes, but then also no. What I responded to her was that it really depends on your perspective, because if you have enough love for your hair and your locks and for the full metamorphosis that you have before you start your locks, and then you get your locks and they grow and they start to mature and they start to lock up until you get past that 2 year, like, we'll say growing stages and maturing stages of your locks. If you really enjoy and embrace all of the different lengths of your hair as you're going through your lock journey, then you really won't have an ugly stage. But, however, when I went through my first 2 years of growing my locks, I definitely had days where I thought my hair did not look great. And mostly because, you know, on social media, on Instagram, there's all these guys and girls with these super long locks, and they're wavy and curly and thick and luscious, and you just in here with some little baby caterpillars in your head, and you just like, I wish one day I would have locks like these. But then you're listening to like India Ari's I Am Not My Hair, but at the same time you're just like, I want my hair to be long. So all of that to say, I say all of that to say, is there an ugly stage in locks? Yes and no. It's all in your perspective and how you deal with it. Question number 3, Samson Christensen asks, can these coils be used as starter dreads? I believe he was referring to my tight coil and curl tutorial that I did a long time ago. You can start dreads using the coiling method, which is basically just using a rat tail comb, and you just get small pieces of your hair and you section it off, you part it however you want it to be parted, but you just use a little bit of like dread wax and you use that in the hair, and you use the rat tail comb to make little coils, and that can start your dreads as well. So Emmanuel asked, do I need to have nappy hair or afro textured hair to start dreading to have the results like your latest videos? Now, this is a question I do get really often, mostly actually on Instagram. They'll hit me up and ask about if they're starting dreads, like can they do it with their hair texture? And I will say this, you can create dreads with any hair texture, yes. Will they look natural depending on who does it? That's up to the stylist you get, or if you do it yourself and how it looks. If you have afro textured kinky hair, then it'll look like mine. If you have straighter hair textures, then it won't look like mine, and you actually have to start it with a different hair technique. I don't have a video on that. It's not my hair texture, so I don't know. But there are other videos on YouTube. If you have straight hair or loose curly hair and you're wanting to start locks, there are ways to do that as well. Okay, next question. Ooh, let me see this. Okay. Tobogo Namane. I hope I said that right. Tobogo Namane. He's from South Africa, and he says he loves my videos. Thank you so much. I have a question. My hair is in an afro right now, and I want locks so bad, but waiting for years for it to grow is something I'm not ready for. Hashtag impatient vibes. So I want to know, would you advise me to install locks from scratch? Oh, install locks or start from scratch? Ooh, that depends on your bank, like your bank account, and also your patience. I would say trying to do lock extensions and from starting from scratch and just doing the natural way, I would say just go natural. Yeah, I made the mistake of I didn't make the mistake of being impatient, but I made the mistake of going to a hairstylist that I didn't necessarily know what their work was like. And so I got these lock extensions that were horrible. I wasted $150. It was the worst 8 hours of my life because I was sitting in a chair. I had my friend actually brought me Wendy's, I think it was Wendy's. She brought me food in the middle of that session, but it just didn't look good. I would say for you, I would ask if you have enough money and if you have a stylist that you trust to start locks for you, then definitely go that. But if you don't, then just wait for your hair to grow out. Just make sure that you're ready for the commitment of dreadlocks. But ultimately, I would recommend just going the natural route, growing your hair out, and then start dreading your hair and let that grow. And years later, you will have some hair. Trust me, it'll grow. It will grow. Next question, Maggie Bear. What app do you use to edit your videos? I use iMovie on Mac. I know that Mac even has, or Apple has, Final Cut Pro, which is really good because I have like the most basic model. Like this is the standard model. This is the stock program that I'm using. But yeah, iMovie on Apple, the latest version, whichever that one is. Cameron Morgan asks, was it hard learning to cut your own hair? I would say for me, not really. I'm definitely a person who is like super determined to learn something and to learn it well. Backtracking, I started cutting my brother and my dad's hair when I was growing up, like when I was maybe 10 or so. And my brother's 4 years older, so I would cut his hair every now and then, like every few weeks whenever he needed a haircut. And I only started cutting my own hair, I would say 2.5 years ago. And so for me, it was just using my mirrors. I've got a 3-mirror setup, so I can use those to use the sides. So I can catch sides in the back. But it's definitely just being patient, learning how to control your body when you're looking in a mirror and make sure that you're going the right way. Because that's something that's a little bit difficult too. But was it hard? I can't say yes or no really, because it's been such a long time that I've been practicing it and I've been doing it so frequently that it's become easy. So I would say initially it is hard, but you get better with it as you develop your own technique on what works for you in terms of cutting your own hair. If anything, watch, like if you're getting your hair cut, watch what your barber does. That's kind of how I learned too. Like you can pick up a lot from what your barber's doing if you're getting your hair cut, or even videos on Instagram and YouTube. Like there's so much information out there. So just go find it, okay? Let's see. Lo Allen asks, what can I do to get my locks to grow a little bit faster? I would say drink water, have a great diet, and moisturize and nourish your hair and scalp. Water is just, our body is made of 70% water, so probably should drink a little bit of it. Diet also helps. Actually, if you check out my last hair length video, my hair grew, I think an inch within 3 months. Definitely diet helps. Look up foods, that's all I can tell you. And then for nourishing your hair, you want to tend to, your crown, so use good oils that help to facilitate good hair growth. If you're using conditioners, use conditioners with protein and keratin in there to help rejuvenate your hair. Jamaican black castor oil. I even did a video on the stuff that I use in my hair and how I'm able to maintain it and have it grow as fast as it does. So check that out, okay? Next question, Tyler Williams asks, I want this Dreadlock undercut so bad, but I don't even know how to go about it. Do I just start snipping locks on the side first? I don't want to take too many locks off. Do you have any tips? I get this question a lot too, because there are a lot of people who don't necessarily have a dread Dreadlock Mohawk. I started my locks with the Dreadlock Mohawk, so I never had to figure out cutting off the sides or cutting off locks from the sides of my head. What I would do is I would find either, you don't have to use this exact line, but what I would do is I would figure out the silhouette that you want it to be. Do you want it to be low? Do you want it to be medium? Do you want it to be all the way up there? Do you want it to be even more drastic of a mohawk and just have it be like more in the middle? Find the line that you want it to be and then gather the locks and cut those off. After you cut those off, if you know how to cut your own hair, then you can give yourself a fade or whatever. Just do like a 0 or a 1 guard and just, you know, keep it all the same length. If you don't know how to do that, I would just go to a barber, tell them that, hey, I want to do a mohawk, and they should know, because they're the barber, they should know how to give you that style. And definitely have some inspirational pics or something to show them, so that way they have exactly the idea you're going for whenever you do that. And then the last question I have is from Logan Cooks. He says, how do you tie your hair up like that? It looks fire as fuck. He's referring to a video where my hair was tied up like this, and it's super simple. All I do is I take my hair, gather it up towards the top of my, head. So I pull the hair up, take the band to one side. So you have all the locks on top of your head right now. You have the band, and then you're just gonna take this, that's where you want it to be. So then after you got that, take your locks, pull it through, and then just kind of separate them like that. And then you can kind of pull them over into the front, like so. Kind of reminds me of T-Bone from Emperor's New Groove, but and this is kind of further back than what it was before, but whatever. Just kind of work on it. All you have to do is just play around with it in your mirror, and you'll know what looks good to you, which is really all that matters. For the most part. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope these questions helped in some way. If they didn't, well then give me a thumbs down. I'll know from that. How about that? If you have any questions or comments or want me to explain anything further, hit me up down in the comment section, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're coming back, thank you for joining me again. Social media links are down in the description box as well. Also with some other links to other videos. If you have any things you want to see, they're there. And that's it. All right, well, until next time, y'all, I'll see you next week. Peace. So last week we did a video about, I don't know, but check it out here, okay? And there's another video there, there's a playlist up there, there's a subscribe button right there. Just click on everything. Just watch it all, okay? There's a lot of stuff here, okay? Bye.